Chad, I want to take you back to like 2003 because
All right.
I was looking at the dates, and I could not believe that all of these things kind of happened so close together. Like Freaky Friday was 2003. The first episode of One Tree Hill was 2003. A Cinderella Story was 2004. And so I'm curious how like you handled that burst of stardom in a time when now when people get kind of fame, there's social media, there's so many things that are attached to it. I'm curious what that was like then and how you kind of handled all of that.
Well, not well, I would say. I mean, it's a loaded question, but I feel like a lot of the kids today are far more savvy than I know I was. I had the pleasure to work with all the kids on Riverdale, and they're going through a lot of the similar aspects of what I went through back then. And I think one of the advantages that they have is they're really savvy. They're in this, what was that?
I'm getting a delivery.
Awesome.
That is New York City life. Yep.
Christmas. It's here. The Cyber Monday already showed up. You overnighted it.
I might have.
It's just one of those things where it's they're so on it. They're so responsible. They're so, early to set. They're pros. They know about it. They understand the responsibility and the respect to social media. And they had a generation in front of them. They had Skeet and Luke and Molly and all these people, right? And Gina and all these actors who had come in the generations before them to kind of set an example, right? I think that was huge. I think that's huge. And if I was to ever create a show based in that world, I would do the same thing. Create an older group of people that you have a lot of respect for so that you know how to function. For me, oh gosh, I'm glad there wasn't social media. Camera phones bad enough. My goodness. So, I just think that I came off the boat 1999 and I hit the ground running and was really blessed right out the gate to work immediately. And I didn't understand any of what I was given back then. Holy cow, you don't understand any of it. I mean, my brain was the size of a pea. I was like underdeveloped incredibly. And, it is what it is. So I'm so grateful for all the opportunities, and I had a riot making these movies, and I can appreciate them so much more as the years go on and on and on. And you see all the smiles that cross people's faces. And I think back to making Cinderella Story and how much fun we had just as a cast. Like, it was one of the most fun films I've ever made. Just as a group, it was like a sleepaway camp. It was so much fun. And so you have these experiences, and they grow you and they make you better version of yourself. But I'm so grateful I did go through that, because otherwise I wouldn't be here today, and I wouldn't have my babies and all that other good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think anybody in your position experienced something like that. I think with social media, there's like a good and bad aspect of it. Social media, you see everything, right? Like when you do something, it's on there instantly. Like everyone knows what you're doing at all times. But I also think that there's a lot of people reminding you like how to act on social media. There's always people like yelling at you, pointing fingers. So it's like, it's a little bit of both.
Right. I think that the only difference was I don't think I had much of a governor back then. I didn't have something that helped me say no. So I didn't see, and again, as part of that whole underdeveloped thing, I didn't understand consequence, right? And so I think I would have been the first guy to fire off a tweet. Yeah. And then, the next day have a publicist call you going, what did you do? Why? You delete that and apologize right now.
Yeah.
Oh, the list of apologies that would have gone through my mouth.
Yeah, it's definitely crazy, but I love hearing that about those old movies, because like I really think A Cinderella Story is a movie that I will probably watch for the rest of my life. It's one of those movies that when I see that it's on TV, it's like I have to stop and watch it. Like whenever it's on Freeform or whatever it is, and you're like, oh my God, a Cinderella story, there goes the rest of my evening. Like you have to stay and watch it because they're just such great movies. And it's fun that all these things get played back now with Netflix and Hulu and everything. Like you were saying with One Tree Hill, that you have this whole generation of kids who are now meeting these characters for the first time when we have watched the series front to back like multiple times. So it's nice to see the community continue to grow, and you guys do these conventions that look like so much fun. And what do you think Lucas Scott would be up to right now, if you could take a guess?
Well, hopefully everything's going well in his mother's relationship with Andy. So that they're still living on a yacht, out floating around the sea out in New Zealand. That would be really quite awesome. Living the life, just writing books out at sea. Lucas is a pirate by now. I've been asked this before, and I've thought about it. And, I think an interesting aspect is to think that, at this point, his kids are at the same age that Lucas was when we first started watching the show, right? So the show concluded in 2012. So Sawyer was born in 2009. So now we're in 2020. So 11. It's kid's about to become a teenager. So parenting is everything. And I think he's about to get a whole new world of life lessons right now when it comes to raising a kid, especially in today's current society, with social media, with how small the world has become. I mean, it's so tiny. It's so tiny. You can reach out and touch anybody you want. It's so crazy. And I think that having to guide the youth through that is a whole new job.
Yeah. So sounds like kind of parallels with where you are in your own life.
Oh yeah. We don't have, the kids don't touch social media. I mean, 5 and 3, but
yes,
still, let's keep that out of here till minimum like 20.
As long as possible.